Literature review can be very overwhelming. For many students, it is not clear what is considered to be a good literature review, which sources to include, and most importantly, how do you even structure it. So in this video, I will explain to you what are the best ways to research literature review, which sources you can use, how you can structure it, and what is the purpose of literature review. It is very easy to assume that literature review is your opportunity to show how much knowledge and research have you done in the area. And even though it is really valuable to have knowledge on a topic, the purpose of literature review is to show what already has been researched on your topic, which academic gaps exist, what is it what we do not know, and which key theories or authors are the most important in this field. First of all, how do you find sources? I would recommend that probably more than 90% of your sources in a literature review should be academic articles from academic journals. You can find them online through university databases, or you can use publicly available sources such as Scopus, Science Direct, or even Google Scholar. Of course, you have to be very careful with filtering through, using different keywords, and making sure you find a variety of good and credible sources. To check what the source you are looking at is credible, you should read about the journal in which it has been published and check the journal's website and history. You should also watch for the type of language and style of writing which is used in article, because academic and credible articles were usually written in a very clear and well-organized language. Another type of source you could use is some books. But these books, they need to be either expert or professional or academic, not the popular fictional style books. They need to be more in the field of knowledge and preferably written by people who are recognized in the field. And the remaining part of your literature review can include sources from market databases. If you're doing research on a specific industry, specific brand, you can use official sources from business perspectives. Another important area you should consider in your literature review is the structure. The best way to structure your literature review is to organize it in themes. For example, let's say you're researching luxury fashion branding and you want to explore how consumers perceive it. You can organize your literature review in sections like consumer behavior in luxury fashion, luxury branding approach, specific theories around that. All your sections in your literature review, they should have the key definitions. So, for example, if you are talking about luxury, you should definitely start with a definition of luxury. If you are talking about consumer behavior, you should first of all explain what is consumer behavior. If you want to give your writing more advanced angle, consider including different definitions from different authors. Another thing you want to explore is to have a variety of sources in each section. You should avoid having a paragraph dedicated to an author or only have one citation in a whole paragraph. Each paragraph in your literature review should have multiple sources. The best approach to do is to explain what has been researched on this topic, what is already known, acknowledged, and communicated. After that, you want to say if there are any different opinions or contrasting perspectives from other authors, and you also want to include what gaps remain in this research. For example, maybe luxury branding has been excessively researched in Europe, but you are doing research in Asia and this topic is underexplored in this context. Maybe luxury branding has been researched in hospitality, but there is a limited research in fashion. So you need to research and understand which areas remain underexplored in this context. This helps you to make sure your literature review justifies your knowledge on a topic and why your research matters. Another important aspect is to write critically. And this is one of the biggest and critical academic expectations. However, many students find it very confusing. What does it mean to write critically? Critical writing should be structured in a way where you state your argument in the beginning of a paragraph. For example, you can say, luxury branding has been excessively researched in the last decade. When in your main body, you continue developing this idea and you have sentences with different sources discussing authors and research papers which have created studies on that. And you say what were researched, what were their findings, which key theories were explored, and then at the end you can say, consequently, therefore, this implies, this suggests. So after you discuss your sources, you need to give your own reflection on what these findings tell us, what these offer ideas and findings, what they mean for our understanding of this topic today. And you need to do this for every theme you write. Be very careful. Reflection and critical discussion is not your personal opinion, is the conclusions or reflections you develop based on what you have read. If you follow this approach, your literature review will be critical, academically advanced, and most importantly, it will build a strong foundation for your research. If you find this video useful, please give us a like, write your comments about what you want to find out next, and follow my channel because soon I will be releasing templates which you can use in academic writing.